According to the Wisconsin DNR, an invasive species is any organism introduced to an area it did not previously exist in. They often have negative impacts on the habitats they are introduced to and can include plants, animals, and even microscopic organisms. A good example of how an invasive species invades can be found through the spread of the rusty crayfish. Originally introduced as leftover bait, the rusty crayfish is a common invasive species found throughout Wisconsin and is found in small numbers in the lower Chippewa River Basin. The rusty crayfish can migrate on its own by both hitchhiking in watercraft and traveling through waterways. Like many other invasive species, rusty crayfish compete for food with native species, including not only other crayfish but also game fish. Rusty crayfish are an especially aggressive species of crayfish and will even attack people's feet. Rusty crayfish can inhabit both standing water and running water, so streams, lakes, rivers, and ponds are all fair game as habitats. Knowing what an invasive species does lays the foundations for what we need to know to prevent the spread of aquatic invasive species in the lower Chippewa River Basin. Here are a few rules to follow to keep invasive species in check. First, after using lakes and waterways, be sure to empty all containers holding water back into the water system they originally came from. While still at the lake or river you were in, carefully examine your boat for any visible plants, soil, and animals that may have hitchhiked during your trip and remove them. At home, you can hose down watercraft with hot water or high-pressure water, or allow your boat to dry on land for 5 days to ensure unwanted hitchhikers too small to see don't travel to a new body of water with you. Finally, make sure never to release bait species such as minnows, crayfish, or worms into the body of water you are fishing on, as this is illegal. You can also help stop the spread of invasive species by knowing the laws regarding them. If you are ever not sure if something is legal, check with government sites such as the USDA National Invasive Species Information Center to ensure that you are following laws regarding invasive species. Knowledge is our greatest weapon we can wield to prevent the spread of invasive species, because once an invasive species has invaded, they can be impossible to get rid of. But by following a few simple steps, we can help stop the spread of invasive species.